Okay, everybody. So, welcome this evening to Activating Your Body. So, we just would like to welcome you on behalf of LifeVantage and for Jude. I know quite a few of you have come on. You're either in Jude's team or you've come because you've heard about Protandim from her and are interested to find out a bit more. So, I'm going to get Tanya is going to actually speak to you about the product and the company, and then I'll come back to you. My name is G. Fletcher, and I'll introduce myself in a little while. Okay, welcome everybody. I'll pass it over to Tanya now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, G. I'll just let you know when to change slides for me, G.
That's fine. I'll just click along.
Perfect. Apologies in advance. As much as I'm biohacking my body, my husband donated a cold to me, and so I am a bit snuffly, and if any point I start coughing, G is instructed to take over. So I've been with LifeVantage since about October last year, and it's been really awesome. I've actually got rid of my own hay fever. Having been on the product for a while was something I wasn't even thinking about, and also got rid of my own hot flushes, which was really just awesome for me. So I've really become an advocate for the product, and it's something I do as well as other business consulting. This is a passion project of mine because I have a daughter who had an autoimmune condition, and we really went down the path of many, very, very harsh chemically driven drugs. And she's on products very similar to this. And so when I stumbled on this, I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. So I really want to tell you about the product, and then G will tell you about the business opportunity after this. So G, if you can go to the next one. Okay, so our business started in the US in about 2005, and was really being sold through GNC stores, which are like vitamin stores in the US. And then the ABC television network in the US started or did an investigative report, and they aired that on television, and within hours of that being aired, about $5 million worth of orders came through, and our company, which is listed on the US stock exchange, the stock just went from $1 to $20 overnight. And to be honest, the company wasn't ready for that. We didn't have infrastructure, sales teams, marketing, and so as companies often do, they bring in consultants who say, what are we going to do now? And really what the company decided to do was that it would take a multi-level marketing approach, because the product I'm going to tell you about tonight is so unique that it becomes very difficult to have it hidden, amongst many, many products in a store in retail. So that's what I'm going to tell you about tonight. If we can go to the next slide, G. So you may have heard about oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is really every single living organism on the planet actually suffers from oxidative stress. And the example here on the slide is really an apple. All of you will know this. You go, you buy your great apple, and if you don't eat it very quickly, you leave it on the shelf or in your fruit basket, it slowly starts to decompose. And that's pretty much what oxidative stress does. It is almost like your cells rusting, because they're attacked by free radicals. And the only way to overcome oxidative stress is through antioxidants. And so this is really what our product does. It actually reduces oxidative stress and helps our bodies fight the damage from free radicals. So I'm going to go to the next slide, G, and just give you a little bit more about oxidative stress. So really what causes oxidative stress is just actually being alive causes oxidative stress. It can be from anything, from your microwaves, to your cell phone radiation, to stuff in products, in GMO foods, even over exercising can cause oxidative stress, which really produces inflammation and damaging free radicals in our body. And lack of sleep and stress also create oxidative stress. So there really is almost no way as a living, breathing organism that you can avoid oxidative stress. So even when we're healthy, it's important for us to reduce oxidative stress, because when it's high in our bodies, we get fatigued, our concentration goes down, we start to see changes in our skin texture, you get narrowing of the arteries, your immune system comes down, you get increased cortisol from stress, your kidneys produce a hormone called cortisol, and that causes oxidative stress, and you can have your muscle protein breaking down. So you really want to reduce that oxidative stress as much as you can, because all the byproducts of oxidative stress are really not great on your body. So let's just go to the next slide, G. So we really want to be proactive with our health, and not reactive with our health. And in a general normal person, we sort of, our health peaks, and around about 75, it starts to decrease. If you just want to do a full click on these slides, G.
Yeah.
We start to take drugs and sometimes, unfortunately, we start taking drugs before 75. And I think the modern life, potentially our parents and our grandparents started taking drugs to increase their quality of life, maybe in their 60s or 70s. But I think what we're seeing now is even younger people, being exposed to things where they're starting to have to take drug treatment actually sooner. So really, you want to start prevention as soon as you possibly can. And our product has been proven by reducing oxidative stress, you are going to increase your life quality, and also in tests that have been done, not on humans, but in mice, increase lifespan. And so, this is an opportunity for you to really get proactive with your health. So let's go to the next slide. So what we want to do is we want to reduce free radicals, and we want to really do that in a way that is safe and natural. And up until the age of about 23, the average age 23, 24, depending on whether you're male or female, our bodies naturally produce antioxidants. And so, when you get told to eat your red, green, yellow vegetables and actually get antioxidant protection, our bodies are naturally producing that and mopping up free radicals up until the age of about 23. For some reason, I don't think the scientists are sure why, round about the age of 23, that switch, it doesn't get totally switched off, but it starts to diminish. And so what we want to do is really look at how we can potentially switch that back on and produce antioxidants naturally to actually mop up free radicals in our body, and thereby reducing oxidative stress. So that's where our product Protandim comes in. Protandim NRF2, and I'll explain to you what an NRF2 activator is in a few minutes, actually boosts our antioxidant production in our body. So it literally switches back on the body's ability to make its own antioxidants. And it does that through 5 natural ingredients. Many of them you will have heard about, because there's been quite a lot of work done in recent time about turmeric and ashwagandha. You're starting to see these as individual products being advertised even on normal commercial television. So what turmeric does is, turmeric's an anti-inflammatory. It's got a product within it called curcumin, which reduces inflammation and really gets your body, I've seen turmeric used for arthritis, for gut inflammation. and the like. Milk thistle, which is a liver detox herb. Green tea is really for energy, and there is a little bit of caffeine naturally in green tea. So you will see in our product that it does actually state there's caffeine, but I'm quite sensitive to caffeine, so I was a little bit nervous when I started taking this product. But it's 1/8 of a cup of coffee, so it really, I haven't had any effects from that. Ashwagandha helps with anxiety, depression, and really is something that relaxes, I think, a person. And Bacopa really works on brain fog. And so what actually happened was Dr. McCord, when he put these products together, if you just look on the, it'll be, if you're facing your computer, on your right-hand side, that little graph with the NRF2 effect. What he did was, the way he's actually combined the product actually creates a synergy which makes the individual components more effective by combining them in the ratios that he's combined them in. So if you looked at, say, green tea by itself, will create NRF2, which is actually the precursor to producing antioxidants in your body, will create it by about 2 times. Turmeric also by about 2 times, Bacopa by 1.3, ashwagandha by 2, you can see that. But putting them together, it actually activates your body's ability to make antioxidants by 36 times, which is 1,800%. So your body starts to really produce antioxidants at a much faster rate, and possibly at the rate you did when you were in your 20s. And so the studies that have been done in the US have actually shown that on Protandim, the oxidative stress reduces by an average of about 40% within 30 days. And that really lowers, lots of things like inflammation, etc. Let's just go to the next slide, G. So what you will find if you take Protandim is pretty much you would have to take 87 glasses of red wine. So one Protandim, as much as we like drinking red wine, 87 glasses, it's not sustainable to do that, to get the same effect. You'd have to eat 375 oranges. I think you might turn orange if you do that. About 5 kilograms of blueberries, or you'd have to take 120 vitamin C tablets. So not really possible. And G knows what this number is at the bottom, but basically on our bodies make that huge 130
6 trillion, 13 sextrillion.
Thank you, G. You always help me with that. Makes, that many free radicals. So you literally couldn't mop it up. And just before we move on, if you see that little slide, that little graph on the side of the slide, you can see that after Protandim, the oxidative stress really reduces down to that level of 23, regardless of your age. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So glutathione is one of, you would have heard about glutathione. It's one of the most important antioxidants. And your body on Protandim will increase your glutathione by about 300% in the cells that were tested. So what does that do? It increases your energy, it slows down aging, you sleep better, you recover from stress, athletes recover better, your immune system improves. So it's really important, and you can take, I've seen glutathione in supplements, but this is just one pill that actually makes your body produce it by itself. So let's go to the next slide, Jill. So basically, if you were to talk to a doctor about our tablet, you could get the doctor to look on a website called PubMed, and PubMed's a global database where all of the medical profession actually go and look for the latest research. And what's really unique about Protandim is that we have 23, and I think it's now 24, independent studies that have been done on the product, which is very, very unusual for a product that is naturally based. Because I know whenever I've spoken to maybe skeptical people about, using more natural products, they'll go, oh, well, there's no science in it. So we do have 24 independent studies that have been done. And then if you were to look at the impact of oxidative stress, you can see that there's, almost 180,000 studies being done independently on oxidative stress. So the medical world does know that oxidative stress is a key driver in disease and actually degenerative issues. So our product has been tested. It's patented, in the countries that we're in. It passes the banned substance control group, which is really important for athletes. In fact, I was talking to someone today whose daughter's a professional athlete, and the regulators actually arrive in your home at like 6 o'clock in the morning to do urine tests before you've even got up, so that, I didn't realize that happened to athletes. So really important. And then it's TGA approved, and it's also been approved for us to sell in China. These are some of the independent bodies that have actually looked at our product and looked at its certification. The American Heart Association doesn't endorse products lightly, so you can see that getting endorsement from, very prestigious places like Harvard, who've been doing research on this, is really very important, and I think adds to the credibility of the product. Let's go to the next slide. We've also got one other set of products, which are our skincare products, and I always laugh about this because when I became a distributor, I absolutely wasn't interested in the skincare at all, and I got it as part of my distribution kit and just have fallen absolutely in love with it. So it's got no nasties in it. You can see all the non-nasties listed on the slide. And it just is incredible. Your skin feels absolutely amazing. And the reason we run this, we do this topically is the way our skin is, just the biology of our skin, there's so many layers. Taking the pill doesn't actually penetrate the layers of the skin. So approaching it topically is the way to actually activate the antioxidants in your skin and help you rebuild collagen, etc. What really surprised me was I actually learnt that the skincare came from one of the researchers was actually breaking it down and trying it topically, and the impact they saw on skin, they went back to the company and said, you do have a topical application for this, and the company didn't, and subsequently has invented one. Okay, G, let's go to the next slide. So really tonight what we can talk about is how you can become a customer, and so if you're interested just as a customer, the Protandim is really affordable. It's less than a cup of coffee a day for a month's supply. There's 30 tablets in a bottle, and if you buy that on a regular auto ship, it's $59 a month. If you want to just try it as a once-off, as a retail customer, it's $70 and some change a month. And the skincare is roughly around $200, and that lasts much longer than a month. We also have a Facebook group for customers where we share testimonials and people can have a look at what's going on. It is an invitation-only Facebook group, and it's one where there's a lot of interaction, and it's a very positive, fun website where we encourage and share stories. I think those are my slides, G, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll hand over to you. I'm glad I didn't cough, so thank you. And I'll let you go through the business side. Thanks, G.
Great. Okay, hi everybody. My name is G. Fletcher and I'm Irish, but I've lived in Australia now for nearly 30 years. And I live here on the Sunshine Coast. Very, very lucky, especially with the Melbourneians down there and the cold and everything. So I'm just going to talk about why I got involved in this company. And one of the reasons was that my husband had an autoimmune disease, and I was searching for a natural product that could basically just improve some of his pain, like lessen the pain, help him sleep, and create less stress in his body, because I knew that by creating less stress, there'd be less inflammation, therefore his body would be working better. And when I got shown Protandim, I was really excited because I'd been studying a lot of products out there, a lot of natural products. And what I loved was when I saw how much medical people were on board with this company, how it was in PubMed, looked at the studies, looked at the Heart Association, like they don't just put anything in there. MS Journal, this was a really reputable product. And what I loved about it was that it was unique. Nobody else knew about it. The more I started researching, I was like, wow, we're really pioneering something that basically nobody knows in Australia, but I believe it's going to change the health world, and definitely the health world in Australia. So what you tend to look for when you're looking for a business, and especially one with a product, you want it to be first of its kind to market. And we have got the first all-natural NRF2 activator in the world. It needs to be unique, which it is. It has to have huge retention. Well, we're very lucky that we've actually got a huge history. Like this, the company has been around since 2003. It went into network marketing in 2009. So we have 9 years network marketing experience, which has all been measured. And it's a sticky product. It's got an 82% retention rate, and people use it month after month. It's really affordable. And the results, it works. So it's a proven, this has actually changed now, it's 24 studies, and it extends life and the health span. And it's an anti-aging immortality, which is the trend that's happening now. They predict in like 2025 that this is going to be like a $300 billion industry. And we're really only getting started now. So what is NRF2? Well, the Washington State University 18 months ago have actually said that NRF2, this master regulator, may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Did you get that? Like that last bit, the history of medicine. So we're talking penicillin and Panadol, paracetamol, all these things that have been invented, and they believe that this is the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough. That's so exciting. So why now? Why would you think of joining this company now? Well, the great thing is because we call it, we're the 15-year-old startup. So basically this company has been around for 15 years, 9 years in network marketing, but really it's really only getting started here in Australia. So we have all the infrastructure, we have all the logistics, all them things are the things that take years to tease out, plan and implement. You wait for your studies. Like we have a study with the National Institute of Aging that was a 10-year study, independent study that was done. We've got all this research already. So as for coming now, this is the best time to join the company because you're still at kind of that pioneer foundation stage, but we've got everything ready to go to become a multi-billion-dollar company. So what happens when you're in foundation? We're predicting that in the next, 2 years, that our company is going to start hitting critical mass. Now, what happens with critical mass? This is when people start seeing more and more. Like at the moment, there has been a grant done, and there is a study being done at Monash University on NRF2 activation and liver cancer. There is going to be more and more and more of these studies. Like Tanya put up, we had that study up showing oxidative stress on PubMed, 170,000. We did these slides about 3 months ago. I went in there today. there's now 191,000 studies that have been done. So I'm going to have to update that slide. But it's going to become more and more worldwide. And they predict that in the next 10 years, NRF2 activation will be as widely known as cholesterol. So what happens in momentum, this is when it's on the news, everyone's talking about it, and then people ring you and say, hey, that thing that you do, is that an NRF2 activator? And we will have the first NRF2 all-natural activator. So that's when people are really going to start ringing you saying, I've got to get on your stuff. Send me over your order. And that's when companies go from like a couple of $100 million to nearly $1 billion within 18 months. So that's why you want to get in now. The timing is perfect. As of November 2017, 0.0002% of Australians use Protandim. 0.001% of Australians are distributors. So this is like, we've just gone into China, where there is actually 1.4 billion people in China. So it's a huge trend at the moment. Anti-aging, living healthier, all these things are just what everyone wants now. They want to live a longer life. And what you need to know and be assured of, that the people that are at the helm, Darren Jensen, he's got over 27 years in network marketing. Justin Rose has got the same amount. All these people have been basically handpicked from some of the biggest international companies. And their projections are that we will become a $1 billion company in the next 5 years. So because we're on the NASDAQ, we actually have to show our prices, and we have to show what people have earned. So what you're seeing is actually correct figures. So what I love to show people is check out this Pro 5, Pro 4, Pro 5, Pro 6. You know, this is kind of the middle of the road. This is people earning, you know, 1,100 US, maybe $2,500 US dollars a month, or 5,800. This is where the most money is in this middle section. So it shows that the middle people and the people at the start are the ones earning the most money. And then it goes down along here, like I'm in a Pro 7, Pro 6, Pro 7 area. But you can see that once you start hitting these areas, these figures, that's when like elite pools, profit sharing of the company, they all come in, because the company knows that you're serious about this business, that you're training and bringing on great leaders. So you really, really do start to have some life-changing money. So you can join as a customer that we've already discussed, or you can come on as a distributor. So how you get started, you receive your own website, marketing material, and you launch your business by starting on a value pack. Now these packs all have got products. Silver has got Protandim and the True Science regime, and you get about $63 worth of free value. The gold has got $825, and you get about $487 worth of free value. And the platinum, that is the one that we recommend. This one really gives you like 26 bottles of Protandim, 2 sets of skincare, 2 event tickets. You get over $1,000 worth of added free value in this. So any of these packs, like we just say, get in where you fit in, but you do need to know, you know, the gold, you get some great stock as well. You need to have some stock when you start a business. So great value here. So I just want to thank everybody on behalf of Jude, on behalf of everyone that's come along this evening. I would just love to thank you all for coming on. I hope you got to understand a lot about our business and our company. I really encourage you to go on our new website that we have actually launched, which is called activatemylife.net. And you will see lots of videos and everything on there. I also encourage you to go on the